You have to think about why it feels hard. Hard doesn't always mean that it is negative, or difficult doesn't mean that it is negative, because everything worth having is worth having just because it is difficult, and you can't have it the easy way. But, and that is the point most people miss, does it feel hard or difficult just because it is like difficult in itself, but you actually want it? Or does it feel difficult because from the bottom of your heart you don't truly want it? Maybe you just do it because friends and family think you should do it, or because you think you get like fame for being a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer when you did it. But those are completely two different ways of seeing hardship. When it feels hard and you want to do it, then just go and do it, because you will be proud when you did it. But when it feels hard because you're doing it for somebody else, and it only feels hard because you simply don't want to do it, then there's no point in doing it. You're literally not proving any point other than weakness when you're doing something you truly don't want to do. Because the day will come when you're not enjoying your life because you postponed the stuff you wanted to do, make, or create for the stuff you didn't want to do. So think about it. These points are completely different ways of seeing and embracing hardship. First of all, take the time and ask yourself, do I want this? Do I truly, truly want this? And when you say yes, but it is difficult, then just do it anyway. You can do this. You can visualize it. You can make affirmations, and eventually you did it. But when the answer to your questions whether or not you truly want this is no, then be honest to yourself and invest your energy in searching for something that makes you happy, that makes you truly happy, and do this thing instead. And don't be afraid of letting go of what you're doing all the time and of the things you know well, or in other words, your comfort zone. For example, I was studying mechanical engineering, and I thought I want this, but I wanted to help people, and I had always a lot of ideas, and I thought this might be a good fit for engineering. I was dreaming about working at a company with bright minds and bringing ideas to life and solve like meaningful problems with the engineering knowledge we all learned at university. But I realized that most engineering jobs don't have this as their objective rather than monotone data work. The work revolves around something rather than someone, and I want to work with people, and I want to have meaningful social networks. Of course, you have your coworkers and stuff, but most of the time you are just deep down in some Excel sheets or shitty ass software. And for me, the problem with that is that this work has purely the objective to make the company more money and not make the world a better place through great innovative products and solve real problems, and because of that, then make money. So the problem I have with most engineering jobs is that the world wouldn't even notice if the products of that company altogether weren't existing, let alone they are solving any problem. So ultimately, every task you're doing in that company isn't important according to the wishes and standards I mentioned before. And because of that, I don't feel happy working such a job. So I figured I had to ask myself, am I happy doing what I'm doing right now? And when the answer is no, which is the case here, then I have to change something and create myself a reality in which I am happy, which I am doing right now with this channel. Although this feels hard, this will be the right way forward for me. And think about it this way. It feels hard to leave your comfort zone and create something. But it also feels hard to do the things you know, although you don't like and enjoy them. So ultimately, you have to choose your heart. And if you have to choose anyway, then you will be better off choosing the heart, where you will be proud and happy not only in the end, but also along the way, while you're doing the things you're doing because you're making progress in the right direction. Most of the time we spend walking the way and not at the destination, so we need to make sure that we enjoy the process, like the way towards our individual goals. I hope that you embrace the difference between hardship, and that you can bring up the courage and energy to shift yourself in the direction you want to be in. Because when you're feeling that what you're doing right now is not leading you to a point where you want to be, then going that hard route doesn't bring you gratification eventually. So invest your energy instead of suffering hardship and climbing a ladder that is leaning against the wrong wall, and take this ladder and lean it against the wall you want to climb. I'm rooting for you, and as always, have a great one. Ciao.